Every man knows that moment when he asks a simple question, expecting a simple answer, yet suddenly he's face to face with a performance instead of a person. It feels like she isn't responding to you, but to every judgment, every fear, and every lesson life taught her about how dangerous honesty can be. And the question that triggers the strongest transformation, the one that turns calm conversation into emotional theater, is the infamous, "What's your body count?" Ask it and you can feel the air change as she starts calculating which version of the truth feels safest, least punishing, and most acceptable. You're not hearing her real history. You're hearing the story she believes won't cost her your respect, your interest, or her value in your eyes. In that moment, you're not talking to her authentic self. You're speaking to the version she believes the world rewards, the version shaped by survival rather than honesty. And if one question can trigger this level of emotional armor, wait until you hear the ones that don't just spark deflection, but reveal what she's truly afraid to let you see. The moment you ask her how many, she doesn't just hear a question, she hears a silent evaluation of her worth, her past, and the version of herself she's trying to maintain in your eyes. That's why the answers you get, "Why does it matter? I don't keep track," or "The past is past," aren't random. They're carefully engineered shields designed to protect the image she's built. Deep down, she knows the exact number, the faces, the memories, but revealing it feels like handing over a weapon you could use to judge her. For some women, the truth isn't just risky. It feels like it could collapse the entire identity they've constructed to survive the dating world. So they adjust the truth, trim it, sanitize it, or divide it until it fits the version of themselves they believe you'll still want. You're not being lied to out of malice. You're being fed the version of truth she believes. Won't change the way you look at her. But the real twist isn't the number she hides. It's the reason she hides it. And that reason exposes a psychological pattern far bigger than you think. But here's the part most men never realize. When she refuses to answer directly, she's not just avoiding you, she's protecting the version of herself she wants you to believe in. Every pause, every nervous smile, every "why does it matter?" is a tiny glimpse into a truth she doesn't want exposed. See, honesty isn't the problem, loss is. Many women fear that the truth, even if it's harmless, might change how you see them. So instead of clarity, they give you comfort. Instead of facts, they give you a feeling. And in that moment, they're not speaking to you. They're speaking to your perception of them. Her reaction reveals way more than the answer ever could. The tone, the body language, the sudden defensiveness, those are the real answers. That's the part she can't rehearse, can't polish, and can't hide behind. When you ask the question again, calmly, directly, something shifts. She starts weaving a story instead of giving an answer. Suddenly, the conversation becomes a maze. Little jokes to lighten the mood, vague explanations, stories from a long time ago, and questions thrown back at you like distractions. But beneath all the noise, one thing is crystal clear. She's terrified of being judged, not just by you, but by the standards she believes men use to measure a woman's worth. Standards she didn't create, but still feels trapped by. So she tries to reshape the narrative, soften the edges, and show you only the angles she thinks you'll accept. What she doesn't realize is this: men aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for truth. Something real, something solid they can trust. But when her answers twist and turn, when she avoids instead of faces the moment, trust cracks. Not because of the answer, but because of the effort to hide it. And that's the moment every man remembers. Not what she said, but what she wouldn't say. But here's the part nobody talks about. When she finally gives you an answer, any answer, it often feels rehearsed. Gentle and coated with just enough emotion to make you hesitate before questioning it. It's not truth. It's damage control. A carefully measured response designed to keep the connection alive while keeping her past hidden. And yet the irony is painful. Most men aren't asking because they want to judge her. They're asking because they want a woman who can be transparent, someone who chooses honesty even when it feels uncomfortable, So when her answer sounds like a performance instead of a confession, something inside you goes quiet. Because deep down, you're not listening to her words anymore. You're listening to the fear behind them. Fear of losing you. Fear of losing her image. Fear of being seen without filters, excuses, or edits. And that's when the real truth hits you. It's not the past you're questioning. It's whether she trusts you enough to stop hiding it. But there's another layer most men never see. When she dodges, minimizes, or sugarcoats her answer, she's not just protecting herself, she's testing you. Testing how you react, how much emotional control you have, and whether you'll stay grounded or spiral into insecurity. In her mind, your reaction tells her more than her answer ever could. If you get angry, she'll label you controlling. If you get quiet, she'll think you're judging her. If you push too hard, she'll feel attacked. But if you just accept the performance without questioning it, she'll assume you're easy to mislead. It's a delicate tightrope, and she knows it. Every smile, every deflection, every "why do you even care?" is an attempt to steer the conversation, not to truth, but to safety. Her image, her comfort. But here's the twist. While she's evaluating your reaction, you're evaluating her honesty. Two people sitting in the same moment, but experiencing two completely different conversations. And that's where most relationships quietly begin to fracture. Not from lies, but from the fear behind them. And this is where everything becomes painfully real. When she realizes you're not buying the excuses anymore, her entire energy shifts. The playfulness fades. The confidence cracks. Suddenly, she's choosing every word like it could explode in her hands. Because now she knows you're paying attention not to her story, but to her silence. And nothing scares someone more than being read correctly. She'll try to bring warmth back into the room, soften the atmosphere, maybe even change the subject. Anything to pull you away from the truth you're circling. But the way her voice trembles, the way her eyes avoid yours, the way her body tightens, those are the moments you'll remember long after the conversation ends. Because this isn't just about the question anymore. It's about trust. It's about vulnerability. It's about whether she can stand in front of you without bending the truth to protect her ego. Most men think they want the answer, but what they really want is the courage behind the answer. And when that courage isn't there, the connection changes, quietly, subtly, but permanently. But here's the truth that hits the hardest. When she finally gives you her final answer, it doesn't feel final at all. It feels like a shield, thin, delicate, and placed between you and the reality she's afraid to reveal. And as she waits for your reaction, she's not hoping you accept the truth. She's hoping you accept the version of her she's trying to protect. In that moment, you can almost feel the tension in the air. It's the tension of two people standing on opposite sides of honesty. One trying to preserve an image, the other trying to understand the person behind it. And here's what makes it so painfully human. She's scared of losing you. You're scared of being misled. Both of you want closeness, but neither wants to be the first to risk clarity. So her answer becomes a compromise. Not quite a lie, not quite the truth, but something in between, something safe, something she hopes is good enough. But the problem is, good enough is exactly how trust slowly dies. Not with a dramatic confession, not with a loud argument, but with a soft, subtle feeling that she's holding something back. And once a man feels that, the relationship never feels the same again. And now we reach the ultimate question: who are you really? Because after all the deflections, half-truths, and carefully edited answers, the real self is often buried beneath layers of survival strategies. Every rehearsed smile, every softened confession, every safe answer has become armor. The truth feels too dangerous to show, so performance becomes identity. She hides her fears, her desires, her doubts, even from herself, and in doing so, she protects, survives, and manipulates outcomes without realizing it. But here's the paradox. The inability to answer honestly is itself the most honest thing she can show you. It tells you where her walls are, what she values more than truth, and which parts of her world are off limits. And here's the final uncomfortable reality. No one gives complete honesty without feeling safe, and not everyone ever will. Some truths will always remain locked, some questions permanently unanswered. Your task isn't to force answers, it's to see the patterns, read the silences, and decide what you can accept. Because understanding this game doesn't make you cynical, it makes you aware. It gives you the power to navigate relationships without illusions, without assumptions, and without heartbreak disguised as performance. So the real question isn't what she's hiding, it's whether you're ready to see her truth, piece by piece behind every carefully constructed